Third down and goal. To the ground, straight ahead. It's White. On his way to the end zone for the touchdown. How about that? The Bucs on 3rd and goal.
Talked about that offensive line, Joe, and they did a great job on the left side. Luke Gedeke did a really nice job all the way from right tackle. Had a tough block as Justin Jones really kind of stunted across. You see him right there flash. Carried him all the way across to the left side of the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 7. White. Room. Rachaad White. First down into Bears territory.
Blitz. White out of the backfield. Breaks the tackle. And strides up the sideline with a gain of 15. 4 catches, 59 yards for Mike Evans. Rachaad White as they mix a run back in. Good one, too.
And the pressure, extra pressure, he's got to unload to White. Can Rachaad White pick up the first down? He makes a nice move and falls forward across the 46-yard line. And gets that first down.
Running that screen, watch the middle of the football field right here, all coming in there. Now we dump it to the edge, and then it just let your running back make some plays out there in space. As you mentioned, White did a really good job of picking through all that traffic, but throwing it into to 15 yards if you stay with him.
Extra pressure, Mayfield gets away, throws, catch man Rachaad White. Bangs his way inside the 10-yard line.
Defensive coordinator said this guy right here, Mayfield, is an annoying scrambler. And look at the duck underneath the pressure right here. See it, duck underneath it, then go out and make something happen. Beautifully done. And that's two things. One,
doesn't run a whole lot in this game, and that's been effective during the course of the year. He's well protected. He'll unload for a first down to Rachaad White, who's been big in the receiving game with a first down near midfield.
Play pass, play action. So Baker's going to come here, fake it, and then you're looking at deep routes, 2 deep routes. Well, there's the check down. Everybody's getting run off. They're afraid of getting beat over the top with Chris Godwin and with Mike Evans, so there's White.
At the 23-yard line. Mayfield now, off play action. Sets up a screen. White inside the 20. First down and more. And a 1st and goal.
The field before the game, I said, man, White's got some juice. He said, yeah, we've got to find ways to get him out in space tonight. And here's an example of doing that. Good job. Look at Hainsey hustling downfield 70. And the Bucs are in business now inside the 5-yard line, but you can see what he is capable of doing.
And we saw him in the tent, of course, and then he comes back, throws the pick, and then that drive. Meanwhile, the hole here. 2nd and 14, dancing around. That's caught, and taking it beyond the first down marker to the 25 goes Rachaad White.
Tampa Bay has only 1 touchdown in the first quarter in its first 7 games. They now trail 7-3. Mayfield hooks a pass underneath. Beautiful move by White. White racing into Houston territory after the catch and run.
Listen, if I can't win, right? If I can't win on the running the football, let me win in the routes. Baker Mayfield gets to him on the check down. He makes the move to make someone miss initially and then hurdles into the secondary.
Tampa Bay looking to cash in. It's White. Easy walk-in touchdown for the Buccaneers. Some good vibes right now for Tampa.
Look at Hainsey 70, Malk 69, and Hainsey takes one block to the right, bounces off, gets to the next level, block to his left. You're thinking much more about those 4 down plays instead of kicking things.
Handoff. Hole for White.
Aaron Stinney, number 64, was the first one. Right behind him, Cade Otton, number 88, the tight ends. He had double pullers.
2nd and goal. On the give, ripping through. Rachaad White, touchdown, Tampa Bay. 2nd of the day for White. 1-point game.
Give him a big thank you.
380. Here comes Jeffrey Simmons. Mayfield able to get it to White, and he's got room to run. Rachaad White
inside the 20, the 10, 5, dives, and he is in for a touchdown!
Play action. Mayfield pressure. Dumps it off for White, who's got some room. Got away from Hufanga with a nasty move.
In space by Rachaad White. But you got to have that protection. Chase Young is coming free, and there's Cade Otton just to give him enough time. And just that little flick. Now you're in space. Wow. Now, there's a stat out there. Supposedly, in space, the most missed tackles generated.
It is Rachaad White, and it is a touchdown for Tampa Bay. Less than a minute into this fourth quarter, Rachaad White plunges into the end zone, and they've got it back to 2 scores.
And you hit the big play, and then the pass interference gets you to the 1. And, you know, this offensive line, we talked about guard, center, guard, struggling a little bit. How is that matchup going to happen? Cody Mauch, that's one of your better blocks of the year against Eric Armstead right there. Well done.
Could have the turnover that cost them as they go to the ground game. This is White. First down run.
You can lose this game is if you give a big one over the top.
Rachaad White has a first down and a lot more. White breaking free. What a massive breakdown on the left side of the Colts defense.
But you have got to be able a crack replace by this corner. They're going to come down and crack the safety, and I believe that's Baker Jr. He has no awareness. He's keeping his eyes.
Heavy on the left side of the offensive line. They go to White, and White lowers his shoulder toward the goal line. And he is
in a pile.
Yes, he is in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 1-yard plunge.
This is what Tampa needs to do a better job of running the ball, capitalizing when you're last in the league in rushing average.
Basically ended the Niners season to a certain extent. Mayfield's in trouble. He dumps it off. He's got White underneath, and White makes a man miss. A little stiff arm out of bounds. We saw a lot of this the other day at practice. Baker trying to find White. Carolina could stop the clock one more time. They give it to White, and White's got the first down and more. White inside the 30. He's waiting to see where, and he finally does.
They bring Godwin in to help seal that edge, and then just a good job by White hitting the hole hard, and then a very smart play.
White gonna run for it. White. First down and more. He's inside Falcons territory. Gets downhill close to the 45.
He may have had that drop on that last third down, but this run is made because of the block by Godwin on the edge. White reads it. He's able to widen Terrell and then cut up backside.
Reunited here with Ryan Nielsen, whom he played for with the Saints. 3rd and 9. Mayfield goes to the check. This is where White has been so dangerous. White's got it. First down and a lot more. White, touchdown.
With 2 safeties over the top, and it looks like right here is man-to-man coverage, Trey Flowers. And then it's just the offensive line, the guard, they just have one block. One block, everybody else is playing man. You have your safety.
Mayfield comes back to his right. Now over the middle, he's got Rachaad White into Green Bay territory, and White nudged out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
With Rachaad White, but he's also been heavily utilized in the pass game. He's up there with Christian McCaffrey area. It's just an easy angle route on Quate.
Play number 8 on this drive. Mayfield, he's got White at the 10, 5, touchdown! Rachaad White! Second touchdown of the day for Baker Mayfield, and the Bucs have silenced this Lambeau crowd.
Rachaad White, there's so much motion happening. It puts stress on the weak side linebacker. He has man coverage here, but he just forgets to go with him. Rachaad White's a great wide receiver.
Out of the 2-minute warning, Tampa Bay leads 34-20. A handoff to Rachaad White up the middle. First down and more. Rachaad White
and he wisely goes to the ground.
Back to the boys up front. They're getting after it in this run game. Everybody knows it's going to be a run. His patience sets it to the edge, cuts it back on the inside. Unselfish team play right here, going to the ground. I love seeing that.
Such a smart run. Evans cleared out the middle, allowed that wheel route to be free down the sideline.
Lloyd was covering, 25-yard gain. It's White taking it in for the touchdown on 1st and goal. Rachaad White with a 2-yard touchdown.
You see him extend the ball over.
Yep.
We gotta go.
2nd down and 6. Here's White, 1st down and more. His best run of the day, out to the 46, gain of 13.
And what you're going to see are the backers are going to blitz inside, and because of that, it allows Rachaad White to now bounce to the outside. There's no linebacker to flow with him. He does a nice job, no dancing.
Rachaad White cuts back and has a 1st down plus. Delivers the hit.
Aaron Stinney, they do a great job on the double team. Cade Otton, number 88, he blocks us out. You see then that running lane, and we've seen Chris Godwin. He's gotten involved a few times now in the running game and has done a pretty good job.
White, 1st down, Rachaad White and more. Through the line, into the secondary. White gets around the 44-yard line, so a nice gain.
Again, they're going with this 5-down lineman, which is supposed to be able to shut down a running offense that has not been good. They've been last in the league the last 2 years. So not only do you get the 3 and out from your defense, now you come out and establish a run, which is a real problem for Detroit because they really do.
Here he comes. It's just window dressing for what's working. It is White. Stop the feet and restart him. Good run, Rachaad White to the 43-yard line. Gain of 14 and a Buccaneer 1st down. 3rd and 10, blitz coming. White tries to beat the blitz, and Rachaad White scores a touchdown. Beautiful call against the blitz. White to the end zone. An extra point from a tie game.
This play, and Mike, I think you're right. It could have been different if they had challenged this one, but fantastic by Luke Gedeke to get out in front of it. My goodness gracious. What a job, though, by Baker Mayfield, staying alive on